My man D-Rose dropping 50 points in that crucial win versus the impressive Utah Jazz, it got me thinking, just when did Derrick Rose become this pity party that everybody feels bad for? I've always seen Derrick as a great slasher, good passer, and a great motor player, even with the injuries. I just never really understood why people treat him like he died. Like, when Derrick was crying at the end of the game and got hugged by his squad, I kind of remembered how it all started. How the youngest MVP ever started receiving hate and undue criticism from before he even got injured, and how after he's still one of the most confusing players of all time. In a couple reasons I will explain why D-Rose, aka Pooh, aka the Windy City Assassin, happens to be the most respected and disrespected player of the last 10 years in the NBA. So as always, thanks for all the love and all the feedback that you guys are giving. Definitely subscribe and click that bell for more videos. Now without any further ado, cue that intro. When it comes to disrespect, Derrick Rose probably gets the most blatant backhanded compliments that a player could get. Every time Derrick Rose goes to the cup, all you hear is, vintage D-Rose, as if my guy is like a 50-year-old or something on the court. The internet, they light up every time. Instagram, it lights up every time D-Rose sauces somebody up with a hezzy crossover or finishes at the cup with a reverse lay or something. It's like, guys, he's not dead. Let's quit with the mourning. Okay, people in the media, they also try to do this in a different way. People like Nick Wright, aka LeBron fanboy number 2, to Shannon Sharp's number 1. They also attempt to do this, claiming that Derrick Rose's MVP season was really deserved by LeBron James. Now, I will try to keep as much emotion out of this as possible because I was very much watching the Chicago Bulls in 2010-2011, as well as the Miami Heat during that year. And to claim that MVP Rose robbed LeBron is just absolute disrespect. Absolute disrespect, and they need to put some respect on that man's name. Let's do a rewind to 2010-2011. This was the season that Derrick Rose, he led the Chicago Bulls to the number 1 seed in the East with a 62-20 record after only being 41-41 the year before. To be honest, my guy was playing straight up bully ball. He was averaging 25 and 7.7 assists for the year. During and after this year, though, there was a lot of talk that D-Rose did not deserve the MVP. And they said that it was LeBron James's award that was stolen, and all this NBA political garbage. So the plain truth is, Derrick Rose was not stealing LeBron's MVP. He was just stealing LeBron's spotlight in a bigger way than most people realized. Let's really unravel the tea behind this. So before Derrick Rose's arrival as a superstar, LeBron was the storyline of the NBA. He was there, he was Cleveland's very own, and he was the number 1 pick, hometown kid who was supposedly destined to bring his franchise to greatness. All that went out the window after LeBron's initial decision to leave Cleveland that pretty much left the NBA fan base with their panties in a bunch, no longer rooting for him. At that time, LeBron was seen as a traitor who turned his back on his city and not a smart player for going to a winning situation in Miami. Now, Derrick Rose, however, on the other hand, was exactly what NBA fans needed to renew their faith and loyalty from players. Derrick Rose was the Windy City Assassin for a reason. Okay, he was born and raised in Chicago, Illinois, and was the number 1 pick by the Chicago Bulls in a draft full of great players in 2008. So let me know if this story sounds familiar. Okay, 2 number 1 picks, both going to their hometown cities. You see the correlation? In 2010-2011, that was the year that Derrick Rose ascended to the creme de la creme of the NBA. I don't know if y'all like my French accent. Not do that no more. He was leading the Chicago Bulls, who had no other All-Stars at the time, to 62 wins and an Eastern Conference Finals exit as a 23-year-old. Regular season MVP, it goes to the best player on the best regular season team. And it's really that simple. However, people, in order to bolster LeBron James's legacy on stilts, they have been shown that they are willing to undercut other greats' achievements in order to add more to LeBron's accomplishments. That's basically like pushing somebody down so you can stay afloat, man. That's weak, man. It's just downright disrespect. Now let's remember narrative so we can understand what's going on. On one side, you have a LeBron James who left his hometown situation to go win championships in Miami with 2 other All-Stars, with the media/NBA fan base condemning him. While on the other hand, many NBA fans, they liked D-Rose and they loved his story because he was such a ferocious talent. He was a hometown kid doing it big for his city. This MVP run by Derrick Rose was, along with the combination of his early years, is what kind of gave him this eternal respect / mystique of, from other NBA players. This is because everybody who has ever played basketball on a serious level knows that Derrick Rose was nice, okay? He was serious. He wasn't just an exceptional talent. His bounce, quickness, speed, and talent, those are all his defining factors as a standout player, the tangible parts. But in all seriousness, what if I told you that his personality and desire to win was what really left players in awe? There are some guys in the league who can cross you up, and they'll taunt you, like Lance Stevenson and all that stuff. And you got some guys who will do it to you, and they'll smile and they'll laugh like a Jamal Crawford. Then you got those who will do you up, and they'll never taunt, they'll never even, Derrick Rose, he never even cracked a smile. He would embarrass you, break your ankles. He literally broke somebody's ankle once, and not even crack a smile. It was crazy. I remember seeing him straight fillet. He straight filleted LeBron and Wade. At the same time, bodied them, finished the play, and Joakim Noah was more hyped than him. This feature about him made him so likable because that playing style was so tenacious and filled with finesse, speed, and power, but he never got riled up, which made him so easy to play with because none of his teammates, they never had anything to complain about with his leadership or accountability, until he got to the Knicks, which was a poop storm of an organization, to be honest with you. And the Cavs drama, that Cavs drama-filled locker room, which was basically our little soap opera last season. Derrick Rose has a tremendous record with his teammates. The respect that D. Rose receives from other NBA players can basically be summed up like this. Jabari Parker was asked about his thoughts on the rise and fall of D. Rose by journalists, and he responded like this, quote, "Derrick is a legend. Injuries are a part of life in athletics or normal life. Derrick is one of the best players to play the game and is one of the best icons of Chicago, so he accomplished his duty already," end quote. Now that told me a lot because we have here an NBA player who grew up in the same city as D. Rose, who was the number 2 pick and can speak from the viewpoint of a fan of the Bulls and as a professional ball player. He knows that everyone from Chicago and the NBA players have nothing but love for Derrick. It's the GMs and the media who think the game has passed him by and that he's washed goods. The Utah Jazz last year waived Rose, and the only team that signed him was the T-Wolves with Coach Tibbs. That is why Derrick cried after that game, because he knows how serious he was and what he is capable of. And for a player who was labeled, done and washed up, it feels great not only to prove your haters wrong, but to prove to yourself, that yes, you are still that dude. Like Derrick Rose, it should be a testament to you brothers out here that life isn't about the money. It's not about the money. He has money for, set for life. But it's about finding your passion, your craft, and pushing yourself to your limits, no matter what the injury, limitation, or setback is. So it's great to see Derrick go and show the young bloods and the team that waived him, that he's still that 23-year-old killer. All right, so thanks for sticking around to the end of the video. I have more coming out soon. Definitely let me know your thoughts down below as well as suggestions. Check the description for more updates. And also let me know what topics you guys like to see covered. Definitely share the video with anybody who doesn't understand why D. Rose is so respected and disrespected in the NBA. Thank you to all the new subscribers and the OGs. I got more coming soon. Now you already know, don't be mad at me, be mad at yourself for being an underachiever. Play the outro.